What's up, guys? In this video, what I want to do is show you one of the quickest ways to be able to find the least common denominator. Because I think we can all agree, a lot of times when we're dealing with fractions, especially the adding and subtracting, the one thing that students always hate to do is find that least common denominator. And with fractions, it can be confusing. But then once we get into rational expressions, it sometimes even gets more confusing of how do we find this least common denominator? Well, one of the easiest and fastest ways to do it, and again, this isn't always going to produce the least common denominator, but it is a way to always produce a common denominator, is to simply multiply your denominators. Now, how do you know when actually just multiplying denominators is going to produce your least common denominator? Well, there's a simple thing I like to kind of refer to. I always like to look at my denominators. And if I cannot reduce my denominators any further by like factoring, right, or factoring out a common term, then most likely just multiplying my two denominators is going to produce the least common denominator. So if you look at these two expressions, you can see that like x plus 2 and x minus 2, I can't simplify them any further, right? So if I want to be able to identify the least common denominator, it's just going to be the product of these two polynomials. And again, the whole idea is just going to be the product of these two. Because again, remember the whole idea of finding a common denominator is you need to have something that these two denominators are going to evenly divide into. So if they can't be simplified any further, just multiply them to identify the least common denominator. All right, so now that we've identified what the least common denominator is, all we simply need to do now is to obtain the least common denominator. So if I already have an x plus 2, and my least common denominator is x plus 2 times x minus 2, then just make sure you multiply by an x minus 2 on the denominator. But remember, we need to produce what we call equivalent fractions. So whatever you do in the denominator, you're also going to have to do in the numerator. Again, also something very, very important to remember. Use these parentheses. Because if you don't use these parentheses, you're going to forget that you have to apply your distributive property. Now, sometimes when we write it like over here, a lot of times students don't forget it. Now over here, we already have an x minus 2. And again, the least common denominator is x minus 2 times x plus 2. So again, we're just going to multiply by an x plus 2. Now, another thing that I like to do when I am multiplying with my rational expressions is over here, we didn't need to use grouping symbols, right? Because it was the only thing that was in the denominator. But now that I'm multiplying by an x minus 2, I just like to, for accounting purposes, just put those parentheses around there, just so I remind myself that it is actually multiplication that's going on. All right, so now what we have two fractions, right, or rational expressions here that have the exact same denominator. So remember, when we have two rational expressions with the exact same denominator, which we created by identifying the LCD, now what we can do is simplify our numerator and then combine our like terms. Now, you could go ahead and simplify your numerator and rewrite the whole expression if you want to, but a lot of times what we know is when we're combining them, all we're simply going to do is just apply the operation to the numerator. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply the operation in my numerator, and I'll write them under my least common denominator, which is an x plus 2 times x minus 2. Now, all I simply need to do is just combine my like terms, right? I know that I can add a 3x and a 2x, and then I can take a negative 6 and then go ahead and add that to a 4. And now I can go ahead and write my final answer. Now, it's important to note whenever we have a rational expression that we should always just be clear that our values that are not going to be defined. And those are going to be the values that are going to make my denominator equal to 0. And you can see that when I have x equal to 2, that's going to be 2 minus 2, which is 0. 0 times anything is 0. And when I have x equals negative 2, then negative 2 plus 2 is 0. 0 times anything is 0. So therefore, I'm going to want to make sure I include our excluded values in my final answer. Now that you know the quickest and the fastest way to find the least common denominator for rational expressions, in the next video, I'll show you the most common example that students get wrong when combining rational expressions.